vagina. It's embarrassing. It's not politically correct, I know. I know it should have happened in the bathtub with Enya playing in the background. Dead Celsius from the sea. I knew it. I knew all those stories. I only hated my vagina because I grew up in a patriarchal culture. Pussies unite! I knew all the stories. We were taught that thin thighs are beautiful. If we lived in a society that said fat thighs were, we would have laid on our backs eating Krispy Kremes and malts, spending our entire day thigh expanding. The truth is, I hate my thighs, and I hate my vagina even more. I was one of those women who had to look at it, and from that moment, I wished I hadn't. I pitied anybody who had to go down there. In order to survive, I started to picture pretty things between my legs. Furniture, mostly. Little futons with soft cotton comforters, velvet settees, or pretty things. Silk handkerchiefs, pot holders, or place settings. I got so used to this, I forgot I even had a vagina. When a man was inside me, I pictured him inside a mink-lined muffler. Or on a leather couch. Then I met Bob. Bob was the most ordinary man I had ever met. Bob didn't like spicy foods, or listen to Prince, or drive fast. To be honest, I would have missed Bob if I hadn't dropped my change on the deli floor. He picked up my quarters and pennies, and when he handed them back to me, his hand brushed mine. In that moment, something happened. I went to bed with Bob. I didn't particularly like him. He wasn't that interesting. Turned out, Bob loved vaginas, though. He was a connoisseur. He loved the way they looked, the way they smelled, the way they tasted, but most importantly, he loved the way they looked. Bob had to look at the vagina. The first time we had sex, he insisted on seeing me. "I'm right here," I said. "No, you, I want to see you," he said. "Well, turn on the light," I said, assuming he was some freak afraid of the dark. He turned on the light and said, "Okay, I'm ready to see you." "I'm still right here," I said. Then he began to undress me. He wouldn't stop. "Isn't this awfully intimate?" I asked. He wouldn't stop then either. He just kept going. "I need to see you." "But you've seen a red leather couch before." Bob continued. He wouldn't stop. I wanted to throw up and die. "Can't you just do it already?" I asked. "No," he said. "It's who you are. I need to look." He sat there looking for a few minutes, and in the light, I watched his face change. He didn't look so ordinary anymore. He got breathy, and he started to look like a hungry beast. "You're so beautiful," he said. "You're elegant and deep and innocent and wild." "You saw all that there?" I said. It was like he was reading my palm, staring into the stars, looking into my eyes, but he was looking at my vagina. "I saw that and so much more." "Much, much more," Bob said. He stayed there for nearly an hour, just looking at me, studying me like a map. In the light, I watched him looking at me. He was so peaceful, so euphoric, so proud of my vagina. I started to see myself the way he saw me. I felt like a beautiful painting, a tremendous waterfall. I started to swell with pride. I also got turned on. Bob wasn't afraid, and he wasn't grossed out. He loved my vagina, and I began to love it too. Bob stayed there, and I was there with him. We were in my vagina, and we were gone.